modern football in the NFL is quarterback driven. That is no secret. You can look at analytics. Quarterback success is a higher predictor of winning and losing than turnover ratio, which it's been for 20 plus years. Okay, that's changed. There's no doubt Caleb played a large component into my decision. He is a phenomenal talent that had, as many quarterbacks do, an up and down rookie year. Where I see my role is as a supporter of him. This offense will be calibrated with him in mind. We're going to build this thing. This is not simply a dropping of a previous playbook down on the table and starting there. No, we're ripping this thing down to the studs, and we're going to build it up with him first and foremost, and then with the pieces around him next.
Damn it.
I love that, man. That is my language right there.
I mean, damn it.
It's not rocket science, though. It is so basic. It is so fundamentally basic to the game of football. He just said it so well.
And by the way, that was Ben Johnson, the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. It's not rocket science unless you're just trying to be better than the mean in the National Football League. I mean, that is the antithesis of Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, turnovers. Ben Johnson says turnovers, that ain't it. Does your quarterback play well? Do you have a good one? Do you build around him? That's how you win. And basically saying you can't win scared. And this is kind of what we're getting at with Justin Fields. If he's the Steelers quarterback next year, it can't be turnovers, protect the football. Design the offense around him. Let him be Justin for better or worse, and then see where it goes. You're right, it's not rocket science. The Steelers could have had this guy, too. They could have traded Mike Tomlin to the Bears, and they'd have hired Ben friggin' Johnson. And life would be good.
I mean, it's just not hard. We talked about this yesterday. Like, I don't even know if it was on air or off air. I was like, you give me a guy like a Marius Mims, who's 6'7", 350 pounds. Like, I'll make that work at tackle. I don't care how much football he's played. Like, if he's athletic, I'll make that work. And that's what good coaches do. You identify a situation where you have a talented quarterback that's young, that wasn't in a good situation. Like, you're getting paid a lot of money as coaches to bring the most out of him. Like, give me that situation all day. Your job is to identify the talent and then expose the talent. Now, the Steelers have a guy like Justin Fields who has a lot of talent, and they want to handcuff him? They want to – it's more about, I think, the wins of the regular season and having a successful season in their minds than exposing the talents of the players. But that's all football's about, is exposing the talents of the players. That's the way that you win. You think that, like Patrick Mahomes, he sat behind Alex Smith for a long time, right? Andy Reid would have been a fool to handcuff Patrick Mahomes. He was like, no, this kid is talented. He could throw underhand. He could do all these different things. He let him be him. He let Travis Kelce, no, you're not going to just run a basic route every time at 10 yards and then cut inside and then you're going to sit in the zone hole. No, you figure it out. Improvise. That's what you're good at. That's what these good players are capable of doing that are on these successful teams. That's why I think it's going to be immediate success in Chicago this coming year with Ben Johnson identifying the talent of Caleb Williams and unlocking it. It's not rocket science.
Well, the problems that Caleb Williams, I would be shocked if they didn't address that offensive line, too, in Chicago. I mean, they're going to make...
They have the 10th pick of the draft. You know they're going to draft a tackle.
Absolutely. Or they're going to use that pick to get a tackle. I think that if you're quarterback-driven, which every offense is quarterback-driven, it's just what are the constraints? What are the constraints that the head coach, what are the limitations you put on that, right? How aggressive will you be? And I think that Arthur Smith has proven that in his career. I mean, he had Mariota. They had the 8th best offense in terms of yards per game in the NFL. But it's different than what they did in Tennessee, right? I mean, it was different. So I think that this applies to Pittsburgh in such a unique way, but it will test whether or not Mike Tomlin is willing to change his formula. And that is, like, among teams that don't have elite quarterback play, the Steelers are at or near the top of the list in terms of how they achieve. their achievements, their performance year over year. But what is the key to unlocking the quarterback play? It's not just who that guy is. It's how you build around him and how you accentuate his strengths.